When is the best time of year to sell a house? Usually it doesn't really matter. I've sold houses every single month of the year, and it doesn't really matter when it comes down to the actual house or the season. What matters is the timeline of the individual and when they need to sell it by. I always recommend 3 to 4 months prior of when that deadline needs to be, simply because 1 month is going to allow you to get the house ready, do any maintenance, get it, show ready, do the photos, videos, presentable to where you can put it on the market. And then 3-month timeline to actually get it sold. Usually if a home goes past 3 months and it's not pending, it's either, you're not listening to feedback that's being relayed to you, it's just drastically a shifted market and things are completely different, or most of the time homeowners put their house on the market and they're not really serious about selling it anyway. Say for instance, they don't want to do price adjustments and they just let it sit. But most of the time a house is going to sell within that 3-month period. Now, some people might be concerned about listing it a little too early, and then they're like, well, where am I going to go if my house sells? Well, that's why we do what's called a contingency. Most people are familiar with the contingency of when you need to buy a house, but when you sell a house, you can do a contingency as well. What I like to do is put a contingency upon the individual finding suitable housing. So say for instance, if you list your house, within 1 week you get an offer on it and someone wants to buy and you're like, I can't move out, I have nowhere to go. We would then counter back and say it is contingent upon you finding a suitable house in order to proceed forward with the actual sale. So we go about, we find you a house, we place it under contract, we remove the contingency, and then we do both deals simultaneously. If anything, just remember, it's always better to have more time than less time, because the less time you have, the more frantic everyone's going to be, the more stressful the environment is, and then you start worrying and doing drastic price drops and you end up taking a lot less than what you wanted to make when you place the house on the market. So I hope that answers the question. It doesn't really matter what season it might be, just pay attention to your timeline and allow yourself 3 to 4 months before you actually need to get it sold to put it on the market.